Okay, folks, so we're about to do the green bananas. So a few tips. Usually if you're peeling a green banana, which looks like this, you will tend to take your hands and definitely get some oil on it, rub it really good before you start peeling the green bananas. The reason for that is there's a sap that comes out of the green bananas that causes your fingers to get very sticky and black. So in order to avoid that, I'm actually just going to use what I call the modern way, which is gloves, right? And I find the gloves to be a lot easier. Then I don't have to be scrubbing my fingers after and picking the green bananas out of my fingernails. So that makes it a lot more sanitary and a lot more fun. So how we clean the green bananas is what I am going to show you. The lazy way would be to take it and try using a potato peeler until you get to the flesh of the banana. I don't like that method because that's not the way I was taught to do it by my grandmother. So the method I'm going to show you is what I was taught when I was a kid, and I still do it up to today. So how to clean a green banana. Here we go. All right, so we have the green bananas here. We're just going to detach them from each other. Cut off the top, cut the bottom, and then you're going to take your knife and just hold it right to the tip of your knife. And you want to go right into that back vein of the banana and just slice and come all the way down. And then once you do that, you turn it over and you just run your hands down. And then you just keep going around. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it is very rewarding once you get it done. All right, so once it's peeled, I actually put it in a bowl of water, and in that water I just put a little bit of salt, and it's more for seasoning. We're also going to salt it again once they cook. All right, so that's a peeled green bananas. Okay, so one thing I want to show you guys when you're working with green bananas is they do oxidize. So you don't want to do this too far in advance. You want to do it right when you're going to make your tajadas. So as you can see, it's only been about a few minutes since I've cut these, and you're going to start seeing a little bit of browning happening to them. So to start, I'm just going to take the green banana and cut it on the bias. That goes right in a bowl here. And then once I cut my bananas on the bias, I add a little bit of salt to salt them. Make sure they're mixed well. And then this goes right into the fryer. And you, like I said, you want to do this in small batches so that way your banana stays nice and pretty. All right, so sliced green bananas, and here I have my pot with oil. It's on a medium heat, so you want to make sure your oil is nice and hot, and then you're going to start adding these to the oil. You don't want to clump them all in at the same time because they'll start kind of sticking together and not fry nice and even, which is what we're going for. And you can use any type of pot. An iron pot is fine. a saute pan, but the key is you really want to have enough oil in your pan to fry. You don't want to shallow fry this one. It's not a saute, it's a deep fry. So we're gonna let that fry until they're golden brown and crispy, and then we'll pull them out. And here I have prepared just a pan with a cooling rack inside so that they can drain all the excess oil off, but also stay nice and crispy, because you don't want it sitting in its own oil, because then that will cause it to get soggy. So they're gonna fry for about 2-3 minutes. And as you can see, they're starting to all float to the top, which is telling me that they're cooked, but at the same time they don't have the nice color that we're looking for. So we're gonna let that sit for a little bit until they get nice and golden. This is actually it's a very similar process. If you were doing French fries, you would do a very similar method. But I find the green bananas, for me, being from Trinidad, we don't use a lot of green bananas in this fashion. So when I saw it, I thought it was actually genius, but it also tastes really good. And it's a great substitute to a French fry. And my kids love it, so can't go wrong with that. And they're nice and crispy, I can tell, because as you feel them, I can feel the texture. There you go. And before I show you that, let me just put another batch in to cook. Alright, so while that's cooking, alright folks, this is the finished product. Okay, so that's what your tajadas look like. I can't wait for us to assemble this dish.